This is a big event for the community. How many companies are we talking about here?
Right now we have about more than 50 companies committed to come out and recruit. We're excited.
And what sort of positions are we talking about here? The entry level, middle level, what are we talking about?
It's a variety of positions. We have companies that are recruiting for solar jobs. We have companies that are in the typical frame of electricity and engineering, which is what we also typically hire. So just a wide variety. Some of our sister utilities, such as People's Gas, have committed to come, and even technology companies in science like Lockheed Martin will be there.
That's great.
One of the most challenging things I recall when I was job searching was putting together the proper resume. That's always a daunting task. Like that freaks you out sometimes.
And every little thing you're looking at, and you don't maybe know how to do it or what to do.
And you're so convinced that's the make or break.
Right.
Well, you got a resource table there to help out with that, right?
That's exactly right. You know, as you said in the beginning, we put this together with a group of residents and community leaders from Bronzeville, and one of the things that they shared with us is that, you know, you can bring the jobs here, but we want to make sure people are prepared. And, you know, they'll also have a variety of experiences and skill sets. But what we've incorporated in this particular event is a resource workshop on resume writing and interviewing skills. So come prepared with what you have, and then when you leave, you can even enhance it greater.
Well, you mentioned that, come with what you have. So what sorts of things do you want them to bring? Obviously a list of what they've done and things along those lines, but dress professionally. I mean, like, what do you advise?
Exactly. You know, it's going to be an event that's going to incorporate two things. It's going to incorporate a workshop on the resume writing, workshop on interviewing skills, but we will also have technology highlighted because we're building a microgrid in Bronzeville. So you'll be mixed in with a lot of people with different reasons that they're coming, but I think you'll stand out if you do dress appropriately, whether that's a nice pair of slacks, shirt, you know, dress, whatever, and then bring lots of resumes in the form that you have them, and be ready to have a conversation. Everybody talks about your elevator speech, so be prepared to say what you've done, what you've experienced, and why you'd be a good candidate for them to look at.
You know, it's just Jordan Cornett. It's just John Hanson. It's VP Melissa Washington. So a lot of people out there are hanging on your every word because they want to get to that status, but at the simple form, just getting in the door to eventually climb like you have, what's the biggest challenge in obtaining a job in today's job market?
You know, I think the biggest challenge right now is making sure that you have a way to prepare yourself to just show up. To be very honest with you, I will look at someone who has the tenacity and the resilience to be there timely, to learn, to grow, over someone who just gets it naturally and doesn't really put in effort. So people see the ambition, people see the commitment, and so that's one thing. But then, quite honestly, the reason this resource fair is so important, bringing everyone in one room so people know that there's jobs. So like I said, we've got about 50 plus companies committed, about 200 jobs that they're seeking from entry level to experience. That's the main thing, is having access to the people.
So I think about ComEd when the power goes out, which isn't happen very often, of course, or when you pay the bill. But the reason you guys are doing this fair is that ComEd is a part of our community and wants to build that community up from top to bottom.
That's exactly right. We started and launched a strategy called Community of the Future back in 2016, specifically in Bronzeville. And we use Bronzeville kind of as the test bed to apply some of the technology. So we're launching various pilots. We've even launched last year an electric vehicle pilot that is still underway at senior communities. In addition to that, we also work with the community to understand what concerns and challenges do they have, and we try to figure out how to match resources we have access to. So that's what we're driving. Economic stability is very important, so this is our way of trying to use some of the relationships we have to provide that.
That's great stuff.
Listen, big thanks for coming in. Me and John also want to collectively thank you for knocking a month off our ComEd bill. It's greatly appreciated.
Okay.
But no, in all seriousness, thank you for being here today. Such a great thing.
Thank you.
For more details on ComEd's job fair, make sure you visit Bronzevillecommunityofthefuture.com.